Hey there, AmyK here. Well, apparently I struck a nerve. Last Thursday, I sent out a video about a chat box comment that triggered me, and that video triggered you. I have here about a fifth of the email responses that I received, and I wanted to share a few of them with you today and respond appropriately, and also share with you a tool that I have made to help extend this conversation back with your managers and leaders on how we can respond more empathically to our folks to avoid the Great Resignation and to help them cope with burnout. And so I just want to start with the top two email responses. These are Moose's top two. He believes these were the best. And the first one started with, "I have the answer!" and exclamation points. Give everyone a bulldog. Moose agrees. And then there was an email that says, "Moose is awesome." And he's like, "Thank you. Thank you for the honest feedback." And then there was this, "OMG, AmyK," this in capital letters. One of my colleagues said in a meeting the other day, at which he was grousing about how much time we spent in leadership meetings talking about COVID and mental health. She writes in quotes, "They have a job and get a paycheck every 2 weeks. What do they have to be upset about?" She darn near went through the roof, and she's like, "Did you feel me out there in the stratosphere?" I was like, yes, I did. And then I've got AmyK, "You are fired up, love it, 100% agree with you, give them hell, and curious. Do you have any talking insights on how to have this conversation with my board?" I do, and it's in the tool that I'm sharing below. And then it says, "Absolutely agree with your video. Whomever made that statement is destined to fail." Sadly, I think that's true. And then, this one's hilarious. "I just watched this video and left a message at the White House." I kid you not, this is what I got. "I have the answer to the Great Resignation. Commit the requisite research dollars to find a way to turn AmyK into a vaccine that Uncle Joe can mandate be injected into every business executive and business owner in the country. That's plan A. Plan B would figure out a way to clone you." That is hilarious and very, very sweet. Thank you. And then I got this, "Golly, I love it when you get fired up. Even Moose wanted to comfort you." He did. I think he could feel my stress levels rising. And then he said something that struck my heart. "Please know that whoever left that sentiment in the chat box is also hurting, mostly because they are miscast if they are in management or leadership. They will not stand the test of time." And that's true. Sadly, that's true, which means it's a disservice to them and it's a disservice to the people that they lead. And that's why this conversation is so important. Now, I also want to share one of the things that caused me to really take a deep breath and make part two. I got this email. "This is troubling me. The situation, the gentleman's comment, and your response. We need a better conversation on this. I do not want to be the nanny state for employees. I do want to be caring. This conversation needs more depth." I think that the conversation needs more depth when it comes to how we serve our people. When we hire them, we accept the care and management of them. We're hiring them to fulfill our mission, to fulfill our vision, which means we have a responsibility for their well-being. I don't think that part of the conversation needs more depth. I think that's pretty emphatically true. I do agree with you that the conversation needs more depth on going back to your managers and leaders and saying, how do we do that? You are absolutely right. We don't want to take away the individual responsibility for somebody to manage their own well-being. But as leaders, we have to provide the systems and structures that give them choices, that give them options, that give them solutions that help them manage their own care and well-being. And so all of these responses got me fired up again to be even more helpful. And so I did a ton of research on the internets in the last 5 days, and I say internets with a definitive plural. I gathered all of my resources, all of my tools, 20 years of history in leadership trainings, and scoured all through it and distilled it into the gem that I've placed with this video. And that is 5 ways to really help you help your people. So if you're suffering from burnout, what does that really mean? What does that look like? And how do we prevent it or turn it around? And I didn't just do it for your people. I also did it for you. You've got your own 5 ways in this resource, because who motivates the motivator? Who loves on the leader? nobody's going to come and rescue you if you're the one that's weary and exhausted. And so I wanted to support you as well. So I, one, very much appreciate the engagement and the passion and the support and the response that you gave. It was so heartwarming to see how much you all do care about the people that you lead. And Moose thanks you for recognizing his incredible role and his own unique awesomeness. And so from my heart to yours, hugs from Moose and me. Take care.